People hate change. I've been told that for my entire life. Guess what? It's not true. It's absolutely, definitively not true. If you watch, I don't know, a little bit of television, you'll see what people do. They have sex changes and they renovate houses and they lose weight and they go to the gym and they have piercings and they try new hair and they have affairs. Look at the shit that we do. We march and we protest and we lose weight and we gain weight and we have tats and piercings. We never stop changing. We are actually change-hungry animals, but we want to see change that gets me somewhere positive. We're not interested in change, we're interested in progress. I have to fly back to Melbourne tomorrow, right? So if they say there's been a change with your flight, am I thinking it's going to be later? Or am I thinking, I've just scored business class? Do you see what I mean? Well, I know what it's going to be. It won't be the business class. But you see what I mean? Change doesn't tell me anything. Is it progress or setback? Is this a way forward or backwards? That's the kind of language that we need to have now. So let me prove to you just how remarkable this is. This is Fifth Avenue in New York. These two pictures are taken from the turn of the century. You can't tell from over here, but over about there is the first car in New York. I've actually looked at this picture. Everything else is a horse. There's the first car. Here's the same street, and if you have a look here, there's all cars, and there's the last horse. And here's the best part. Look at when those photos were taken. 1900 to 1913, total turnaround. That's how rapid people are with change. We are experimenters. If you've ever opened up a box of electronics, and you take out the box and you take out all the little packing peanuts, and at the bottom there's a little sachet of desiccant. It's got 3 words on it. Do not eat. What does that tell you about the human beings? We are curious little primates. We just can't help ourselves. We will experiment with everything, right? I'll give you another counterexample of that. This is a gathering at St. Paul's, at the Basilica, at St. Peter's Basilica, at the death of John Paul II in 2005. These are Catholics, extremely conservative people. Here's the same group of people 8 years later when they ordained Pope Francis. What do you notice? They are completely different human beings. They behave in a completely different way. Their values have changed, their behaviours have changed, simply because the technology became available. Have you seen this happen? We are changelings. We are changing all the time, faster and faster and faster, which means we need to be guided on where should we change and what should we change. We're not resisting it, although we push back, but that's a different reason. One of the things that historians do is they measure how long did it take for 50 million people to use something. And so with the telephone, it was 75 years. But with each new innovation, the time for us to adapt and adopt something halves. So it took, 9 months for Facebook to have 50 million users? It took 35 days for Angry Birds to have 50 million users. Not only is the technology and the change happening faster, we are adopting new ideas faster. Am I imagining this, or are you seeing this in the world yourself? This is who we are. We're change monkeys. Okay, so it is true that we reject change, but we reject change for all sorts of reasons. And if you don't understand what those reasons are, you will not be able to get me to step back and get out of the way. So last thing before more afternoon tea. Here's a list of some of my favourites. This looks like a big deal. I'm not used to this. I'm not trained for it. I'm too comfortable. I'm too tired for this shit. I haven't got time. I'm too busy. I've seen all this crap before. This ruins my cushy gig. So before we break out and do the afternoon tea thing, tell me, is there anything there that you recognise? Because these are good reasons to resist change. These are very solid, rational reasons to reject anything. But these are things that we could actually address. These are reasons that if we learn to listen a little better, we could actually address.